On the matter of Lockett versus Perry.
Thank you.
Quite welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Ms. Lockett, according to what I read in your complaint, you and the defendant have a long relationship dating back about 5 years. You have a 2-year-old child together. It is your claim that in 1997 you made a loan to the defendant. Again, in 1999 you made a loan to the defendant. Now that you are no longer a couple, you want those loans paid back. He is counterclaiming. He says you vandalized his car, and years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, you were using his car and got parking tickets. He wants you to pay those 4-year-old parking tickets, right?
That's correct.
Have you nothing better to do with your time? Tell me about this first loan in 1997.
In 1997, Mr. Perry and I worked at a company together, and I quit before he was fired, and he was caught stealing money from the company, and they had made an arrangement for him to make payments, and I used to go with him every week to drop off the payments because he was not allowed to set foot on the premises anymore. And after a while, he decided to stop making payments, and they demanded the money in full, and he asked me to loan him the money, and I did.
How much did you give him at that time?
$2,150.
Now, what arrangements were made to repay that money?
He was supposed to start making payments to me as soon as he got back to work, like within the next month or so.
Well, did he ever do that?
No, he never made any payments to me. He lost his job soon thereafter, and after that he was fired from like 4 other positions, 2 for stealing apparel or money as well. And every time it was time for him to make a payment to me, there was always something else that he had to do with his money so that he could not pay me my money back.
So then you had a child with him?
We had a child together.
No, afterwards. After he lost all his jobs, you knew he caught stealing. Just listen to me. After you knew he got caught stealing, according to you, he promised to pay you back this money in a month, and he never did. So he didn't make payments in all of 1997. He didn't make payments in all of 1998. He lost all these jobs. That's why he didn't make payments. So then you decided to start a family together. Does that sound like very good judgment to you?
You know, I was young, and I was in love. So no, it's not very good judgment, and I would be the first one to say that.
All right. When was the last time you asked him for this money?
The last time I asked him for the money, it was December of 2000. And we were on the phone talking, and I said, you know, it's entering another year. Do you think you could come up with some of my money? And he said, well, I don't plan on paying you anytime soon, and that the first time he would be able to make me a payment would be 2003 because he planned on giving me a lump sum of money. And that, okay.
Now, after 1997, and he didn't pay you back a penny, then, according to you, you lent him more money.
Yes.
When?
In 1999, he called me from jail. He had been arrested on a traffic violation of some sort. He said he had some of the money with him in jail, that he was going to be able to use some of that for bail money, and that as soon as he got out of jail, we were going to go to the bank. When I got to the jail, I bailed him out. His sister and I drove him to the bank. He made up some story about the police keeping his identification card, and he could not pay me the money back again. So after everything was over, he had it was a fine due for $300, and he refused to pay the fine. And he told me I should just go on and sign my bail money over too, and he would pay me back that at a later date. And I never signed.
So he had a fine.
A fine.
Of the same amount as your bail money, which is $300. So you just signed your bail
I didn't sign it over. I refused to sign it over. And after a while, they said if he didn't make payment, that it was going to be forfeit. So it was forfeit anyways. And he just never gave me the money back for that.
When you were arrested in 1999 on this traffic problem that you had, were you arrested in your car?
Yes.
What kind of a car were you arrested in?
It was not my car. It belonged to my sister.
Just a second. Was that my question?
You said what type of car? It was
Yeah, I didn't ask you whose car it was. I said what type of car is it?
Make and model?
Yes.
89 Nissan Sentra, I believe.
The Toyota Camry. It was a Toyota Camry he was arrested in, a blue Toyota Camry.
Oh, yes, I remember it well. Do you currently own a car?
Yes, I do.
What kind of car do you own?
I own a black 1991 Eagle Premier.
How much did you pay for the car?
$2,500.
And what kind of work are you doing now, Mr. Perry?
I'm a market analyst.
You work for a company?
Yes.
How long have you been working for that company?
3 years.
Who has physical custody of your child?
Miss Lockett does.
Are you currently under a support order for your child?
Yes, I am.
Are you up to date in your support payment?
Oh, yes.
Is that correct?
No, he owes money on it still. He contacted me and told me they said they were going to garnish his income tax because he still owes back money on child support.
How much does he owe on his child?
I don't know how much he owes on it. I don't know.
When did he start to make child support
He
payments?
started to make child support payments when my son was almost a year old. So he owed money from June. I didn't get my first payment until October of '99.
That's not correct, Your Honor. She's being dishonest at this point.
Okay, so there were a couple of months, but since October of 1999, he's been making the support payments.
Oh, it's garnished, so yes, I get it directly.
Oh, it is garnished,
yes,
right,
it
from
is
Mr.
garnished
Salary.
because he refused
oh,
to
that's
pay it.
perfect. All right, Mr. Perry, let's start out with this $2150.
Okay.
What company were you working for at the time that Miss Lockett indicates that you had some difficulty?
I should say, Your Honor, that Miss Lockett is making up the bulk of her story.
All right, what company was he working for?
Bagel.
Bagel. Where
Yes.
are they located?
It's in Rochester, New York.
And what was he doing there?
It wasn't as high as a manager, but he was in a position higher than me, so maybe like a key holder or something of that nature.
Okay. Do you remember the name of his immediate superior?
It was Ron, but he's no longer with the company.
That's convenient.
Oh, I'm good at this. Believe me, I'm good at this. Do you recall whether or not they reported this to the police?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Also very convenient. Sorry, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Do you remember the entire amount that it was alleged he stole?
No, he never told me how much. He never told me how much money they said he stole.
Okay. Now, Mr. Perry,
Yes, Your Honor.
before I go and try to make heads or tails of this thing, why don't you tell me? You said there wasn't the whole truth about this incident at Bagel, but it was only a partial truth.
No.
So tell me your version of what happened in 1997 when you worked for Bagel.
Your Honor, Miss Lockett is manipulating facts that have happened.
No, I'm asking you, just tell me what
There's
happened.
nothing that happened at Bagel. So to tell you, answer your question specifically.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened at Bagel. She can provide absolutely no documentation because there was never any incidents of me stealing money or doing anything of that nature at Bagel. I resigned from Bagel. She is lying. She cannot prove
Your Honor,
any of
that's not true.
anything that she is saying is
Okay.
totally a lie.
That's-
As far as that goes, there is partial truth to what she's saying.
So then let me hear the partial truth before you irritate me and I have to go investigate myself.
I was arrested on a traffic violation, and she did bail me out of jail.
I'm not there yet.
Oh, that's the only truth.
I'm talking about 1997, an alleged loan to you of $2,150.
That's all a lie. That's all a lie.
That's not true.
Okay. You have a bank withdrawal for $2,150
I have
on
a
at
bank.
that time?
Yep, a bank statement that I withdrew.
Can I see it? Did you give that money in check or cash?
I gave it to him in cash. He went with me to the bank, actually. He picked me up from school and drove me to the bank so I can give him all of my money.
Oh, my goodness.
What's the area code in Rochester, New York?
716.
Thank you.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Catrice Lockett says Jason Perry owes her for paying back an employer who accused him of stealing. Jason denies the charge and the loan.
Good morning. This is Judge Judy Scheindlin. I have a case before me that involves a former employee of yours. I don't know how long you've been there, but this person was employed back in 1997. Jason Perry, P-E-R-R-Y. Okay, great. I'm taking testimony now with regard to some money that he paid back to Bagel in October of 1997. A payment of $2,150. Is that right? Okay. What was the total amount that was alleged that he took? Do you remember? Right. Okay. You have been an absolute angel. Thanks, Lisa. Bye-bye. You stole $5,000. Your parents paid back the rest. $2,150 was paid by her. To you, because that was the last payment. According to somebody who has, in fact, been there for a very long time and knows you, sir. See what happens when you lie? You think I'm stupid?
No, but that's
Good.
not true.
So, it's not true. No, I called somebody and I said, listen, are you familiar with Mr. Perry? Oh, yes, I am. There an incident in 1997 with regarding some money that he paid back to Bagel? Oh, absolutely. Do you recall how much money he paid?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Judgment for the plaintiff on her complaint in the amount of $2,435. I'm not even getting into anything else with him, because once somebody lies, They don't get a second chance with me. Your counterclaim's dismissed, sir. That's all.
You may step out.
Can't believe this.
She was lying through her teeth, and I don't know who Judge Judy called. That's ridiculous. But this whole thing has been a farce.
I feel like I got my justice, and I want everyone to watch out for this man because he will suck you dry.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Chase versus Brooks. Step forward.
33-year-old bus driver Tammy Chase is suing her former friends, Susie and Larry Brooks, for car payments. Tammy says the Brooks repossessed the car.
Miss Chase, the defendants were friends of yours.
Yes.
And some time ago, you were talking about buying a new car. According to what I've read in your papers, the defendants suggested that they had a car, and if you wished to take over the payments on the car would be yours when the car was paid for.
Yes.
And you did take over the payments and take possession of the car. According to you, you made all those payments, and despite that, they came and repossessed the car. You won all the payments that you made the time that the car was in your possession. They say you were late with your payments and sometimes came up short, so they repossessed the car. Right?
Right.
When did you take possession of the car?
In May. I made the first payment in April, though.
And what were the monthly payments?
It was $387.68
And how many months did you have the car?
from April till October.
7 payments you made in total. Did you pay by check or cash?
Cash, 1 check, and money orders.
Let me see the checks and the money orders.
It begins here. And it goes on to the other pages.
And how many payments do you claim that you received for the car?
I claim that she made all 7 payments.
Okay, so there's no dispute as to that.
No.
She made all 7 payments.
Right.
If she made all 7 car payments, why did you take back the car?
Because she made the payments, but she made them late.
Yeah.
And she also made them, she didn't pay them all in full. She was short.
But you said she made all the payments she was supposed to make.
She never paid the full amount each month, and she never paid it on time.
How much short do you claim she was?
Well, 1 month I got a check that was a $70 check that bounced.
Which month was that?
This was in August. When I called and asked her about it, she said to talk to her boyfriend because it wasn't he owed her the money and it wasn't her responsibility.
Did she ever make up that check?
No, her boyfriend did.
I don't care whether she or her boyfriend did. So you got the full amount for August.
No, I got that. First of all, the payments were late. Our agreement, I have a written agreement stating that if she was late, I would take the car back.
And that was a 5-day grace period.
How much do you claim
That I
she
never
paid
used.
you in total towards the car in the 7 months she had the car, madam?
Probably,
Not probably. You must have a record.
I don't have a record because I've never given her a receipt because I've never seen her since June. So I couldn't have given her receipts.
Miss Brooks, I'm not asking you about receipts. If somebody is short when they give you money, then you keep a ledger. The ledger says, this is what she's paid me, this is what she owes me. What, are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you. I couldn't do that because, first of all, she never paid me. She paid my husband. She never paid my husband.
He's not allowed to talk. Right?
Okay.
You're
Well,
doing
can I
all the
tell you-
talking.
Can I tell you how it started first so that you can understand where we're at right now? There's a situation
I
that
don't
gets to
care
this point.
about anything other than the car. You can't
That's
take
what
back...
I want to tell you about.
Go ahead.
Okay, what had happened was we have a written agreement here stating that if she was late on the car, at any time after the grace period, we would take back possession of the car.
Which I never used the grace period
Excuse
at
me,
all.
it's my turn.
Well, then
Okay, then in July she started making late payments. I would call her on the 5th and say, Tammy, if there's going to be a problem with making the car payment, you need to call me and let me know. She would call me the date of the thing and say, I need 5 more days grace period, I don't have all the money. So there was always a problem. So then there was a problem with reckless driving in the car. So we took the car back once. We had the car back in our possession for 1 week, and then we gave it back to her. Then when we gave her back to the car, then the problems continued to start. So what we decided to do, I told her, Tammy, instead of making the payments, I said, bring me back the car. It's not working out because every time I would call on the phone, there was a verbal abuse. I'll pay you whenever I want to. It was all a big, it was a big
But you
problem.
can't take the car back and then not give her back any money.
I told her, when we got the car repoed, I said, I will give you 200, the money that you paid for this month, I will give it back to you in full. It's not working out. It's nothing but problems.
Just a second. So you were willing to give her back the money she paid for the last month and you were going to take back the car. What about some of the other money that you paid towards paying off your car note?
Well, we never asked for a down payment on the car. We've been paying on the car for 3 years.
Yeah. You've been paying on the car for 3 years and she paid on it for 7 months. But you have the car.
Right. We have the car, but it's not necessarily because of the car payment. It was because of what she was doing in the car. We could not be responsible.
Let us assume that you are correct. That she did not live up to her agreement to pay the note on time. And that at least 1 month she gave you a $70 check that bounced. It bounced, did it not?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So that
But we still
clearly
put on
is
that.
a late payment.
Correct.
Because it bounced. So that's in violation of your agreement.
Correct.
Fine. You take back the car. What you're suggesting is that when you take back the car, she loses all of her money. Is that what you're suggesting? You have the equity in the car. You have the car. I'm speaking. You're not going to get all this money back. I mean, you have to pay something. You had the use of a car for 7 months. How much do you think you should have to pay for your use of that car? Because you used it for 7 months. You're not going to get all your money back. That means you had use of a car for 7 months for free.
Okay, first of all, I used it for 6 months because I made the first car payment in April. I didn't get it till May.
6 months.
I don't know. I've never thought about it. I figured I should get the money the payments that I put into it, I should get back.
That means you had free use of a car.
Can I just state one thing? Okay, the car, they did not repossess the car. They did not make payments to the finance company for 3 months. That's why it
Doesn't
was
make any
repossessed.
difference.
The money I was
brought-
giving them, though, they weren't paying the finance company to the car.
Doesn't make any difference. You breached the agreement with them. You breached the agreement with them. They were within their rights to take back the car. You want me to read you the agreement?
No, I know
Well,
what
you
the
know the
agreement
agreement.
is about, but the month that the check bounced is one of the months that they didn't even pay the finance company.
It has nothing to do with you.
Can I at least get my stereo out of the car?
Yes, absolutely. I have no problem with that. Yeah, I have no problem with that. Within 24 hours of the order, you will return the stereo to them. How much did you pay for the stereo, by the way?
$171 the receipt.
Okay, and I'm going to give you $100 per month for the 7 months that you paid for the car. That is what I consider your equity in the car. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $700 plus the stereo. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step down. This is case number 527 on the calendar in the matter of Crowell versus Roman. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks have seats.
Miss Crowell, I assume that this is your granddaughter.
Yes,
And you had a car. You let your granddaughter borrow your car.
yes,
Your granddaughter allowed the defendant to drive the car.
Right.
The defendant was in an accident.
yes,
Damaged your car. You want him to pay for it. Right?
right.
You, step up here. What's your first name?
Mira,
All right, Mira, when did you borrow your grandmother's car?
on January 11th,
How long had you been driving?
since I've been 15 years old.
Did you have a license when you were 15?
I had a learner's permit. I've been driving with my parents.
All right, now on the 11th of January, where did you meet Mr. Roman?
At a friend's house. We met at a friend's house in the early afternoon. And then in the late afternoon, like around 4 or 5, he asked to borrow my car to run his own personal errands.
Speak not until I get to you. Go ahead.
To run his own personal errands. And then he returned my car around 7 o'clock
When
after
he said he
dark.
wanted to borrow the car to run his own personal errands, he didn't say personal errands.
No, he said he was
said
going by his house or to his work or something. It was in the same general area. So I told him he could use the car because I'd driven with him before, and he drove perfectly fine. And I wasn't breaking any of the rules that my grandmother and I had agreed on when she let me use the car. And I had signed a contract for that. And
You mean you signed a contract with your grandmother?
yes,
Really?
yes, ma'am.
Good for you. Let me see the contract. Who prepared this agreement?
I did.
You crossed out number 1.
Because I started growing my hair out.
You had cut your hair very short? Like a crew cut?
No, well, I cut it really short and
Long in front.
yeah, it was long in the front.
Bird, I just want... Grandma's a tough cookie. I will not acquire any tattoos on my body. I will not allow any parts of my body to be pierced. Good girl. Not use any drugs. Not smoke anything. Not consume any alcohol prior to age of 21. And never while driving the car. Maintain the car in clean condition. Will attend school. Take driver's ed. Will work or travel or attend school every summer. Will drive defensively, cautiously, and will not allow anyone under the age of 21 to drive this car. You signed it.
Yes, ma'am.
That's great.
Can I get a copy of this?
You sure can.
Thank you.
Bird wants a copy. You don't mind, do you? Okay. In any event, how old are you?
21.
So?
Can I, first bite?
Shh. I'm not with you yet. So when he came back after borrowing the car, what happened?
He came inside and
How much later?
a few hours. And he came inside and told me he had something to tell me. And I was like, you know, what? And he told me he wrecked my car, he had been in an accident. And I thought he was joking because I didn't believe it. And he brought me outside to show it to me. And then he proceeded to apologize to me for wrecking my car and told me that he would take care of it for me. He told me then that he hadn't filled out an accident or police report. And so I asked him if we could do that, and he said, no, we can't, because it was a hit and run, and it wasn't my fault. And at that point, I said, okay, well, I don't know what to do about it then, so we'll wait till tomorrow.
When did you let your grandmother know about the accident?
I was out of town. My mother died, and I was in Alabama taking care. She had just died and taking care of that, and I was going through that trauma. So Chris, my son-in-law, tried to take care of things for me. So.
Okay. When did you tell your father?
I told my father the next day, and he told me to contact my insurance company and see what they had to say, which I did. And they said that they wouldn't do anything because the insurance that I had wasn't collision insurance or...
What kind of car was this?
A 1993 Honda Civic EX.
You had personal injury insurance, but no collision, I assume.
Because I'm on a limited income, and with a teenager driving, I couldn't afford collision.
Collision.
It was about twice as much with the liability.
Okay. Can I see photographs of the car?
Yes, ma'am.
They're in the packet, Your Honor. They're on the back of Section 3 is the 3 estimates we got to repair the car, and the pictures are at the back of Section 3.
Thank you. Okay. You're up.
You ready? All right. Basically, how it started is I was at a party that I had met her. I think maybe this contract that she just gave you must be pretty recent for the fact that probably the first five.
Listen to me.
The first 5.
All I want to know is how you got the car and how you got into this accident.
Okay. I'm gonna let you know. Basically, I was at this party. I had met. We had mutual friends. I had met her that night. It was late. Wasn't any time in the daytime. It was nighttime. Early morning, maybe 3, 4 in the morning. I was on my way out. I had plenty of friends there that could have given me a ride. I had no reason to ask her for the car. She asked me if I could pick up one of her friends, that her friend Wilma or somebody needed to be picked up, that she was having problems with her mom. She needed to get out of the house. So I said, look, at the same time, I need to bring my record back home. I've been up, tired. I need to bring it home. So I proceeded to bring my book bag home. On the way back...
I don't understand. I just didn't understand that, sir. Did I not understand it on purpose? First, you tell me she asked you to pick up her friend Wilma, and then you started to fumpy over you had a book bag and a record, you wanted to bring it home. Let's get to. She asked you to pick up her friend Wilma. You also wanted to take a record home?
No, my record bag home, because I had it with me and I was...
So you wanted to take your record bag home. Stop playing with the pen. You wanted to take your record bag home.
Yeah.
So, now that I understand that, continue. So you said...
Well, after that, I told her that, I explained to her that, look, I didn't have insurance, I didn't have a car at the time, but I had a valid driver's license.
You had this whole discussion?
Yeah.
Listen to me. I want you to tell me everything that happened. Not everything that you believe should have happened, that you would have liked to have been said. Do you understand? Because I have had children who are teenagers, who are 19 and 20 and 21 years old. And if somebody asks you to take a friend home and you want to take your book bag home, you do not have a conversation about whether you have a valid driver's license or is there insurance on the car. Listen to me. Listen to me. Now, you listen to me, because I'm smarter than you. You could live to be 200, you won't be as smart as I am. Do you understand that?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 18-year-old Mira Crowell says she loaned her grandmother's car to Michael Roman. Mira says Michael wrecked it and refuses to pay.
Just tell me the truth. Simple, clean, and easy. You were going to go pick up her friend and also go to your house to bring home a book bag.
Exactly.
Right.
But this wasn't on my choice. I didn't want to. From the beginning, once again, I did not want to bring her or even do her the favor of bringing
Then you don't do it.
Exactly.
Then you...
Exactly.
Then you don't do it.
Okay, exactly. But
Good.
She continued.
But you got... I don't care whether you're going to tell me that she continued to beg you, plead you, whatever. Put the pen down. Stop scratching your ear. You don't get behind the wheel of a car if you didn't want to do it. You did want to do it, so you got behind the wheel of her car. Is that right? Did she, in fact, point a gun in your head and say, go get my friend? Yes or no?
No.
Did she take out a knife, threaten you in any way?
No.
Did she threaten to call the police if you didn't do her this favor?
No.
Did she threaten to tell your family that you had done something grotesque to her?
No, ma'am.
No. So you got her keys, and you got in the car.
She gave me the keys.
Yes,
and
she gave you the keys.
Proceeded to go home to bring my record back home.
So the first thing you did was go home, right?
Right.
So you took care of your chore first, right?
Exactly.
Good. When did you get into the accident?
The reason, let me take one step back. The reason that...
No, you listen to me. You took your book bag home. Mm-hmm. Did you take your book bag home before or after the accident?
Before the accident.
So you got home with your book bag and there was no accident?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you left your house, where was your next stop?
To her friend's house.
And how far away was that from your house?
Maybe 3 miles.
And how far did you get before you had the accident?
Maybe 2 miles.
Now tell me about the accident.
I was coming down Highway 50, and it's a main highway, state road. There was a Cadillac in the fast lane. I was in the medium lane, the middle lane, proceeding down the road. I noticed that they kind of were driving hazardous. Whoever the person was driving just tapping their brake lights. They were kind of swerving. They proceeded to get in front of me, so I switched over lanes because I noticed, You
switched over to the fast lane?
Yeah, I switched over to the fast lane to not be in back of them. They slammed on their brakes and turned this way, back into my lane. The bumper of the back bumper of her car touched the front bumper of the Civic. Spun me off into there was a construction site going on at the time. There was temporary construction signs. Spun me off into a median. One of the temporary signs hit the windshield, spun me back off into the middle of the road. And I stopped the car, pulled it over. And as soon as I got out of the car, the other car kept going. So I proceeded to pull the car over into a parking lot because there was a mall right there. So I pulled it over, looked at the car, see if it was drivable. I realized that I wasn't too far from home. I was really nervous. I had previously explained to him that, I didn't personally have insurance.
I don't believe that.
Okay, but...
So let's get over that. I don't believe that you personally explained to her that you had no insurance. It's not consistent with human...
That's a big part of my case. I mean...
It may be a big part of your case. I don't believe it.
But that...
I don't believe it.
Okay, so anyway, so basically after that had happened, I was nervous. I was kind of shook about the whole situation with the car. So I knew I was only maybe a mile and a half from the house where the party was going on still. Brought her back the car, explained to her the situation that had happened, brought her outside, showed her the car, and explained to her that I felt that we should call the cops and that I would personally tell them that I was driving and that at least they would have a police report of some sort. And from then on, we continued on. Nothing had happened. She never called the cops. 3 days later, we continued partying. We hung out. I continued to drive the car. She let me borrow the car the next day.
Did you let him borrow the car the next day?
Yes. And can I explain why?
Sure.
Because he had a pager, and he said that was the only number he would give us, was his pager number. And he said that if he didn't get it paid for that day, it was going to get shut off. And I didn't want to lose contact with him. And the car was not, I wasn't going to drive it wrecked, like all the way.
Baloney. That's a fib. All you have to do is have his name. You call the police. You say he was in an accident with my car. It was a hit and run. Somebody hit the car. Police come. They take his name. They take his address. I guarantee you, he doesn't need a cell phone in order for you to stay in contact with him. So that's a lot of baloney. You know it, and I know it. What do you want to say? You want to say something in defense of that?
In defense of Muir, if I could.
In defense of that baloney that she let him drive the car again after he wrecked it?
No.
Of course not. You don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that.
Right. There is no defense for that, right?
I agree.
Good.
Basically, one thing I was just trying to say is that, I mean, basically from the beginning of the whole situation when we first talked, I told her that I did not want to use the car, and I personally would not take responsibility.
Roman, listen to me, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I don't see why you don't.
We take responsibility for our actions. When somebody coerces you, threatens you with physical harm, sometimes people have to do things that they would ordinarily not do. If what you want me to believe is you were coerced into using this car because this young woman begged you, pleaded with you, wouldn't take no for an answer, and if you want me to accept that as an excuse, I will not.
No, that's not what I'm saying. If you let me finish, you'll hear what I'm saying. I personally just did not, regardless if it's my friend, if it was her, if it's any friend, if I do not have insurance, which I do not, and at the time I was going through problems with my car and my insurance and payments on that, I let her know. You see what I'm saying? That I did not have, no, just let me finish.
You said it before, and I'm telling you, you're a liar. At 4 o'clock in the morning, when you said this happened, you don't have a conversation with her and say to her, I'm going to take your car and I'm going to first drop off my book bag at my house, then I'll go pick up your friend. But by the way, I'm having trouble with my car and my own insurance, so therefore I don't have insurance. I hope you have insurance. Does that sound right to you as the parent of teenagers? It's inconsistent with Bird's and my experience as a parent.
You're still not understanding what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm understanding you. Oh, believe me. I'm understanding you. You know what I'm understanding? Shh. You know what I'm understanding? You had an accident, and you got to pay for the car. You were driving, your fault. You were driving, your fault, because if a Cadillac is in front of me swerving, what you do is you very slowly put on the brake. You slow down to about 20 miles an hour and you let the Cadillac get really far in front of you because it's 4 o'clock in the morning. They probably had a whole bunch to drink and you want to stay as far away from them as possible. That's what you do when you're an adult and when you are driving defensively. However, when you're a 21-year-old idiot, right? Then you get right on the behind of the Cadillac, you move around, they change lanes, you change lanes, and all of a sudden you get into an accident. Not on purpose. You didn't mean to destroy her car, but you destroyed her car. She doesn't have collision insurance. She has liability insurance, which means that if you had killed somebody, that insurance would have had to have been responsible. But because you just wrecked the car, who was supposed to be responsible? Mrs. Cromwell, who was taking care of funeral arrangements? Her granddaughter, who was at the house, was nowhere near this accident? Or you, who had just taken care of your own chore, dropping off your own bag in your own house at 4 o'clock in the morning? Who do you think should be responsible? Or Bird, who was home in his house sleeping at 4 o'clock in the morning? You think about that, not you.
First, I'm telling you, I did not take responsibility for the car from the beginning. I told her that before I left. I didn't need you can laugh about it.
Let me ask you a question, sir.
It might be funny, but I mean it's not.
No,
really.
it's not. You're not funny. I want to tell you something. You're not funny. How many times has your license been suspended?
Once.
How did I know that?
How'd you know that?
Yeah, how did I know that?
Probably because they looked up my license and brought you papers and.
Huh?
Did that, Shamil?
Really?
I mean,
Just a second. Just a second. Is that what you think? You think that they looked up your record and they brought me papers?
Well, I'm sure, and possibly. I mean,
No, I'm telling you, sir, that's not how I know that your driver's license had been suspended at age 21.
Then you tell
At
me.
least once.
You let me know.
How do I know?
I don't.
Because I'm smart.
That's
it. You want to know something? Even Bird knew your license had been suspended at least once. You want to know why?
Why is that?
Because he's smart. The only one who just don't get it is you. When you destroy somebody's property, you have to pay for it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,012.
Bemisturfer versus Bennett. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Miss Bemisturfer?
Yes.
According to your complaint, you and the defendant lived together for approximately 5 years. And you have children who were also living with you. Is that right?
Yes.
I believe that the thrust of your complaint is that there came a time that Miss Bennett had you arrested for domestic violence.
Yes.
Those charges were subsequently dropped, and you want to be reimbursed for your legal fees.
Correct.
And in addition, you claim that during the time that you were either incarcerated or at the police station, she damaged one of your cars.
Correct.
Those are the two things that you're suing her for. So tell me, on what date did this incident occur that caused you to be arrested?
May 27th, 1999, at 1:50 a.m.
Tell me the circumstances surrounding the police being called to the house.
I went to work in the morning time, and I decided I wanted to move out, that I wanted to end the relationship. I called her up at lunchtime. I called her mother. I went to my house at lunchtime. Her mother came there. Her mother said that she can go live with her mother because I was the one paying the rent. She was not working. I was paying all the bills. She said she didn't want to leave. Her daughter didn't want to leave the house. Her mother said, all right, then Linda, you live there. I'll help you pay the rent. So I said, okay, then I'm moving out.
Okay, hold on. Let's go slowly. Is it true, Miss Bennett, that during the time that you were living together with the plaintiff and your children, that she was paying the rent on the house where you were living?
We shared the bills. We shared.
Were you working?
Yes, I was. I was working in a hospital. Yes. Part-time. It was part-time on and off.
Were the majority of the bills being paid by the plaintiff?
No, they were split.
Evenly?
Yes.
Okay. Then what happened?
So then I went back to work, and I told him, when I get home from work, I'm moving my stuff out. I came home, I went to a friend's house and started making a room for me to live. I was going to live in a room. So I got home around 1:50 in the morning, and she opened the door for me. The door was locked, and my TV was gone. All the pictures on my walls were gone. Everything was gone. So then, after that, I went in the house and saw that. I ran up to my bedroom where I keep my jewelry and money and stuff like that, but she was in there with the door locked. So I kicked the door in to see what was going on. And then she called 911 and said I hit her and had a restraining order on me.
When you kicked the door in, she was in the bedroom?
She was in the bed.
And what happened after you kicked the door in?
She called 911.
Before there was any further confrontation between
No, I
the
said,
two
where's
of you?
my stuff? What did you do with all my things?
Okay, and what did she say?
Get out.
And what did you say?
Give me my stuff.
And what did she say?
She called 911 and I went outside and stood by my car waiting for the police to come.
So you were actually in the bedroom when she called the police?
Yes.
Okay, Miss Bennett. Now, had you in fact taken out any of those items? Pictures, TV, or whatever, any other items?
No.
No. Had you taken out anything from the living area, Miss Bennett? Make sure you tell me the truth, please.
There was, I don't remember, I can't remember what at that time.
Okay, so you can't remember.
No, it's
Then
not-
she came
there were
upstairs.
there were things in the house that were mine. There was a TV in there, there was the furniture that was in there, there were pictures that were in there, okay? The TV was mine.
So
I
what did you do
remove
with the TV?
No, wait, I did remove the TV.
So what did you do with the TV?
It went to my daughter's house.
Okay, so the TV went out.
Right.
And some pictures went out.
There was one picture that went out. There was one.
So now you remember. So there the TV and one picture went out.
And that was the extent of it. That was it.
What did you do with her things that were in the bedroom?
Oh, they were there. Everything was there. Everything. Her clothes were there. She didn't have hardly any jewelry.
So did she knock at the door of the bedroom?
I don't remember if she knocked on the door. She did. She said, let me in. I want to come in. She was drunk. And I've had past experiences where I've been afraid of her. So I kept me and Gina, my daughter, in the room, and we stayed in the bed. And she did say, I want to come in. And I said, no, I was afraid. So my daughter was laying there with me saying, Mommy, don't let her in. I said, okay, I won't let her in. All of a sudden, she goes to bust down the door. She's banging at the door. She comes in. I went to pick up the phone to call 911. She came over to the phone, ripped the phone out of the wall. I got up. I ran down the steps to use the kitchen phone. She ripped that phone out of the wall, backed me up into the dining room, and said to me, "Where is my stuff?" And
What
I
did
had
you
said,
say to her?
I don't remember exactly what I had said. She punched me right in the face, square in the face on the left-hand side. I must have hit 911 because the cops did come. My daughter's standing on the steps of the landing, going from upstairs to downstairs. I screamed to her. I said, "Gina, go next door, call 911," because I didn't think I hit 911. I said, "Go, no, I don't want to leave you. I don't want to leave your side." And I said, "Go next door." But I did hit 911. The cops did come.